Hey guys, this is my book review for The Idiot by Dostoevsky. Um, I think Dostoevsky is perhaps my favorite writer. He's definitely up there, top couple. Um, and it really just has to do with the substance of his writing over everything else, I would say. Um, it's it's not so pleasurable to read. It's not so funny or exciting or, his books don't have the most dynamic plot, but he develops really amazing character archetypes and then puts them in social situations with each other and, causes their two different, I guess, moral viewpoints to come out and argue with each other. They're almost kind of Socratic. So, like, he'll um, he'll develop an atheist and a Christian, and then put them in an ethical dilemma and have the two discuss how they would act differently within the ethical dilemma. Um, it's very interesting. With the idiot specifically, I would say I was like completely captivated by it. The first 150 pages or so. Um, the book is in 4 acts. It's about 600 pages, and in the second and third act, after he's established all of these different character types, there's Prince Mishkin, who is supposed to be a Christ-like figure because he embodies, in the way Christ did, the Christian kindness. He's essentially a pacifist. He sees the good in people who are considered bad by society, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of the conflict in the book is him coming to aristocratic society in St. Petersburg and that kind of person not being able to exist in that society of bad or lesser people. You know, and there's all the kind of various other flavors within society. Like, there's nihilists, atheists, there's kind of the less thought out brawlers, there's prideful men, there's proud women as well, actually. People who think they're Christian or would represent themselves outwardly as Christian, but who clearly have other moral frameworks that contradict that, and those frameworks went out. I think Act 2 and 3 of the book are a little bit harder to read. Not harder to read, but just a little bit less exciting, because this is the point where he's really developed the characters through the first 150 to 200 pages, and then he kind of just puts them at these big dinner parties or in social situations for the next couple hundred pages and has them like duke it out, so to speak. And then I again was like very, very excited the last 150 pages or so in Act 4, because as these little conflicts were happening throughout the book, you get the sense that the whole arc of the book is also building towards something larger. But yeah, this is a book I have to read like 40 or 50 pages at a time, and I get kind of burned out because it's a lot of deep thinking. It's like a difficult read for me. It's one of those reads that's, a little beyond my comprehension, but I can still understand it as I'm reading, or most of it, and I'm grasping it, but it's taking a lot for me to process it, which is exactly like the kind of book I like to read. I feel like it makes me a better reader to read something that's just perhaps like beyond, one level above my difficulty. Sorry, I'm not like speaking well right now. But anyway, I love the character Prince Mishkin. He's one of my favorite characters in all of literature, I think, even despite his lack of maybe practical wisdom that causes a lot of conflict. I also love the female character. What's her name? Nastasia. I can't think of it. Prokofina, perhaps. she, I think, is one of Dostoevsky's most complex and dynamic characters. I actually related to her a lot. Just in how she feels to be perceived by the society and is smart enough to be aware of it, but not smart enough to, like, allow that awareness to guide her away from acting against her own self-interest sometimes, if that makes sense. But what else? Yeah, it's a great book. I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing the book the best, if I'm doing the book justice right now with this with this book review, but I do highly recommend it if you're into that kind of thing. If you're into Russian literature and or maybe existentialism or whatever, definitely read The Idiot by Dostoevsky.